Can you guys see if this works? I can't see your responses on Discord again. But just see if like that's okay. So I can see you guys if you chat to me in that at least. But Discord is down. But these are our levels that I gave from yesterday at like 3 a.m. These look good so far. So again, this is that 620 where we expected that bid to be. A 620 to 600 big level. Let's see if we get some continuation. Or if this holds. Taking off most of my risk from my first trade here. Playing off of this offer. It's this oscillation of this node. I'm guessing that we'll probably find this low, if anywhere, into this Russell ETH high 30-second opening range area. We'll see. I hate that I can't see anything.
Oh,
Oh,
you're not missing anything good. Makes you feel better.
I think it may have just me complaining helped.
So a big ES pocket here at 05.
This is the hourly chart that I was talking about. This is what I see. This is I haven't changed anything. Oh wait, I don't. Did that work? Hey, that's where I
So
see us. And then on the smaller time frame, it looks like this. It's basically a failure to look above, and then a reoffer, and then a rotation. So if we flip the 600s, then I'd expect us to go down to this LVN here. This would be our target. But as long as this 600, 620 is holding, I'd expect the bid to at least try here. 620 offer trying to hold. 50 seconds until new 15s. So POC closes here at 620. What do we do? Probably have to still wait for that look below 600s from this, sadly. But we'd be watching for something like this. Right. And then we can play this down into here. We'd probably get a reoffer at this point. So it'd probably look something more like this. And then if like this holds, then we'll look for this to bid like so. So let's just watch this 620 offer on this open of a new 15 here. See if we get some continuation. And we can get below that 100, that 600. Or if this holds and flips, then we'll look for the sell side to sit at that value high at 42. Into here. So really keeping an eye on this offer here at 620. That gives you us an opportunity. And then again, 600 is your first risk off. You're playing off that 20 with the tight risk. But just be choppy here until we flip this. Bid sits at 600, pretty clear. Got to flip that for more, or again, it'll be just choppy between 600 and 620. Continued failures here to get below 600 will probably result in an offer stepping, needing to trap into like 640 would be my guess, and then we figure it out. So we want to do this move sooner than later if we're going to do it.
There's a big offer sitting on 10 on ES.
The longer we sit here, the more uncomfortable it gets, and the more likely we need to pop first to trap liquidity above. If we can't get the sweep below 600s, just keep that in mind. Offer's still very clearly sitting at 20s, but like 600 like bid is still there, so take your 15-20 points just to keep the risk minimal while we continue to operate here. We need that sweep through 600s, and then we can look for the retest below. We should look into this LVN at this 580 and then get a bid and then play off the 600 reoffer. That would be my guess, but we gotta flip 600. So it's another 20 points there, playing off of 620 into 600 bid. There you go, trying to attempt to sweep through. Let's see if we can get through for that 580. Regardless, it's a good risk off, understanding that we're bouncing here. You can have your stop at 635, playing 15 points for 15 points, 1-to-1. Again, there will be a better opportunity once we get through this. It was just a very clear flip at 620. That's the only reason I keep mentioning it. With the new 15 POC there. We can see the daily POC is trying to shift here as well at 600. Excuse me, sorry.
A little bit more ES absorption here. I saw slicing on this 05 on first test.
This is what we see currently on this print candle on the 15, this 620, and at the 600, just to give reference.
10 sell side liquidity has moved down to 07. Yes, so it is active. I got some hibiscus ginger beer. It's the future. It is the future.
Seems a little crazy.
It is a little crazy.
I don't know, man. This lack of desire at 600. They gotta do it now. Come on. Whoosh. I'm afraid that the longer and the lack of momentum is just gonna result in like a sweep the opposite way. If they can't push this thing down and 600 continues to absorb, like, I don't know. I mean, this trade's free. We're up 20 points from secondary entries here, but we need this offer to tag into that 580, and then let's see if we can hold this edge on retest with this daily POC shift. Same thing on ES. All right, there's target. Love that for us. Let's fulfill. Now let's see if we can hold for runner or if we get this retest, but regardless, that's that trade playing out. Now let's see how we interact here. Oops. Bouncing 580 where we took profit. Now watching our 620 to 600, right? That's POC to value of our candle that we're currently building right now, right? So that makes sense that we'll be looking for that area as our reoffer if we're going to hold now that we've taken 40 points with zero drawdown. Again, we expected this bid here at our 580. This is the LVN fill, and now we're watching our offer here on a retest from a look below.
Nasdaq 10's negative last time 0.4%.
Immediate offer at 600s. Coming back down to 580. Taking off a little risk here just to cover my trade from the next entry. And let's see if we can break close for continuation down for full target into 550. Wow, look at that. 580 again. So even if you just played off of 600s on retest, you are now in a trade for free. There it is. Now let's see if we get fulfill. Trade's free. This is what this looked like on our 15-minute footprint. And that's why I'm looking for that 550. It's just where that next node is, 550, 560, that area. Pointed it out, but we'll see. It's also just like a VWAP reversion and the end of that node, but I don't know. We'll see. RTY finds a bounce here at our 30-second opening range. We might have issues short term, but we don't have to worry about it because we've already taken off initial profit. So now you can let this thing just do what it wants. I'll be right back.
In regards to the reason why Trump's having his press conference at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time today, a White House official told a reporter that Trump will provide an update on Iran and take questions. According to Al Jazeera breaking here, they cite Trump saying controlling Iranian oil could strain our relations with China. So again,
I think
Sky
he's been
News, Al
posting.
Arabia,
We'll see when he
just
comes
on,
back.
excuse me, Al Jazeera, Al Arabia, just on X, saying that Trump says controlling Iranian oil could strain our relations with China. According to Axios, Lebanon asks the US for direct peace talks with Israel. From this article, then, Lebanese government proposed direct negotiations with Israel through the Trump administration, aimed at ending the war and reaching a peace agreement, according to 5 sources with the knowledge of the matter. Apparently, from the article, it says that both the US and Israeli responses were cool and deeply skeptical.
Am I fully back? I think so. You guys can see my messages in chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're good. Smile looks great. Me right now? My dentist was like, the filling looks fine. It's not near your nerve ending. I don't know why you're experiencing pain. I did a micro adjustment. Hopefully it's fixed. Let me know in 2 to 3 days. And I was like, bro, like what? What are we talking about here? Like, surely my pain is not real. Oh, I definitely don't need a root canal. It was like a minor cavity that they filled that isn't even near the root. But something's clearly off with it because I have all of a sudden I now have like hot and cold sensitivity and I have sensitivity while chewing. And I was like, is that all just because like the filling wasn't properly
Like seeded or something?
Yeah, well like they said it was because like it wasn't aligned with my other teeth and that was causing sensitivity. Basically like they didn't do a good enough job grinding the excess filling. So like that's what caused it. And I was like, okay, maybe, but like why do I have like pain? Like it doesn't, I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. But
Like we were talking over the weekend, that stuff with dentists just doesn't make sense. You hear so many stories like that where people are fine and then like boom, they like get an infection because they did something wrong and just rude.
yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because like even when I floss now on that side, like I have pain when I'm flossing. Like, surely that doesn't have anything to do with like a little extra. I don't know. It just doesn't like add up in my opinion. But I'm also not a dentist, so what do I know? This is just a retest of our pivot here. Let's see if we hold our 600 bid again, or if this flips. We have to look back below and then hold. Buyers are going to try here at 600s again. This is POC, right? Trying to flip it. 20s held our offer, but we got to get back below 600. Or all we've done is trap in this 580. Dude, the dentist is the worst. Oh, I just like close my eyes and clench my fists while I'm there. It's like I can't do it. I just put earbuds in and I just listen to a book the entire time. I just want them to knock me out for everything. Just like, I don't care.
Seriously.
Just get me out. Okay. Let's see if this all look below can hold. Again, like we're not bullish here until we flip 20s. But if we start to see a buyer show at 600, it's a good first sign that we'll flip our risk. But remember, like the reason why this area matters is because on the higher time frame, this is our big pivot for our previous multi-week balance here, right? So like if this flips and 600 start to hold, that's an hourly chart that I just posted. Then I'd be looking for this rotation down to like 445. You know, in the longer scheme of thing. So we're just basically balanced here still between our 600 and this upper area. We gotta show interest below. Or again, like this is where that bid will just absorb, trap, and then we'll look for secondary buyers above 620. We want to see them continue to try to take in size here and try to defend this, so that we can continue downwards back to a VWAP. Because if they fail, right, like we go up, which is fine, but it'll be choppy. And this is with Russell finding that low at our 30-second opening range. What the hell?
Fun. Thanks for sharing that.
Hell no.
I feel so much better that I know that now.
What
Infinitely
the
better.
My honest reaction. Lord. So this is looking like a flip to me. But we'll see. We flip 20s in bid, probably rotating up to 660. If 20s continue to hold, we just need to see a very clear offer below. We're just like we're really battling for this POC shift, right, on the daily.
decent two-sided size. One of these 10 ZS.
ES probably heads up to 15. Would be my guess. Give me something new. All right, we're trying to bid here at 20s now. See what they can do. RTY is at our ETH high. And a big old pivot here. Which way are we going? Higher lows continuing across the board. Just channeling up slowly. My impression right now is that buyers are attempting to flip this 20. It's two-sided right now. And we're basically just trying to trap on either side, right? We've got the offside liquidity at 580. We have this offside liquidity above 620, but with higher lows across the board in the market. If we can continue to just build here at 600, 620, I still think upside is much more likely than downside. Not looking for anything until we see that flip back below 600. It's just like last attempt. Watching for ES to find a higher low here. It's like 703 and then pop to 717 or 715. We're gonna do it. Just keeping an eye on Russell for momentum as well. But we'll see. But as long as we're continuing to maintain these higher lows, and that guy is trapped below, I feel like we have to look up a bit higher first before we look down. But we should get a decision here in 50 seconds. There's no reason to go stir crazy here while we operate between 600 and 620. Right, we know that it's a grind fest here. New 15s in 20 seconds now. Watch your 20. So if you're feeling cheeky, you can try a short with a stop above 30, that wick high. But I think, again, as long as we're still maintaining 600s, that we go up, not down. We're going to that 15 on ES. Your dentist gets annoyed when you don't visit every month? That's crazy.
It's a lot of dentists.
I'm good
Sounds
with
like they get annoyed when they can't pay their private jet bill.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that. Like that's crazy. If I go to a dentist once a year, I'm having a good year.
True.
Wait, I thought you'd appreciate this. I saw this on Twitter today.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's beautiful.
The, if you translate the Korean, it's the Strait of Hormuz escape trading method. Like, oh, it's so funny. Uh oh. Dude, I'm loving it. But there's not a ton of content right now, but there's a decent amount of content. I forgot that I've got you on Steam. You're Hubby, right? Yeah. I saw you bought it as well. I'm really enjoying it, but I also am like addicted to roguelikes games. So, you know. Oh yeah. The one that I struggle with the most is the lizard that you have to kill 3 times, brother. You're talking about the one with the crab with the after you kill one. The crab I don't have too much problems with if I've got a decent build usually. You get the 99 defense buff once you kill one of the crab arms, and then you have to wait 2 rounds, I think, and then it goes away. I think that's how that works. That's the one you're talking about? There's a lizard that you have to kill on level 3 or act 3. That you kill the first one, and then another head spawns, and then you kill that one, and then another head spawns. And it's like, okay. It's like a battle of attrition. This is your first risk off here if you're playing off of our 600 to 620 into 40 to 60. We watch for offer here. This is ES into our 15s. This is where we thought we would go. Now let's watch to see if we get more. I expect sell side to be trying to sit here at our 40.
There's instant backfill on ES in that first transaction.
Yeah, that's that POC shift on ES, so it makes sense to see that offer there. All right, and that's that POC shift at 14.15. It depends who you face. As far as I can see, it depends on which character you're playing as. So if you play as Regent, you'll fight that the lizard. If you are, oh no, I think the lizard is not the Regent. That's Wait, now I'm unsure. You have a different final boss depending on the character you play, as far as I can tell. I've beat it on with four of the 5 characters, I believe. I don't know, I'm having a ton of fun with it. Yeah. I put a lot of time in over the weekend. Well, I have a lot of hours in the first game. Yeah, I'm also a nerd, so that's the first thing I died like 20 times in a row just trying to like build out my deck and strategy. So it's just kind of. You put a roguelike in front of me and I'm gonna dissect it for the first 20 hours. You should have seen me with like V Rising, man. Oh god.
Get the Excel out.
Yeah. I'm an Excel gamer.
Wonder if there's gonna be a new V Rising update. I feel like we're close to that.
Yeah, our yearly update potentially. 40 offer back to our 20 bid. We're watching to see if RTY can hold here for this higher low with the POC shift for one more leg up. Yes, rejected, but still holding higher lows. Just watching. This is just again, this is the flip of our flip and our push into our value of this sell side candle on both NQ and on ES, right? That's what we're watching for and why we thought that could be an easy target. Now we have to see if we're going to be able to flip this as a pivot to rotate back up, or if that's all we get. That'd be kind of sad if that's all we got, but there's potential. Oh yeah, I opened Steam and 75 downloads started. Wait, okay, there's a card, Sinto, that is so OP on stage 3. Check this thing out. Every shop, you get every item.
Really?
It's,
Are there debuff cards too?
No,
Or are they all
not the
buffs?
shop. It's all buffs.
Holy.
It's like 1,000 gold worth of stuff. Each shop you go to, and it's not just one shop; it's every shop. Yeah, it's a relic that you get from on the 3rd stage. It's from Lord Parcel, the devil guy. It's insane. So
I
you
might buy a Steam deck just for the chance to
it's
get the card.
dude. I mean, first of all, you should get a Steam Deck. Great
I know.
investment. But how did you encounter? Or did you research that? Oh, it's you get that from one of the what are they called? The floor guardians. It's the 3rd Act 3 floor guardian. As soon as you start the 3rd floor, it's one of the options. Yeah. Which character do you play? He comes up when you play Regent. Oh, okay, gotcha. I haven't beaten the game on Knight. I've beaten the game on every other character so far. Yeah, no, that's really good. And you're gonna unlock more epics, epochs that allow for more cards and more potions and more relics to be unlocked, and then it'll just become easier. So, but if you're already getting there on Act 3 with like your default deck and items, that's really good. Yeah, right? Like that's why it's a roguelike. So you've got like your individual RNG and like randomness in for the individual games, but then like you're unlocking and like the game like opens up a lot more the more you play because you unlock new items that change runs completely. That's why it becomes addictive. You're like, "Oh, well this could change everything." That's how they get you. Okay, yeah, wait. Like I took a photo of this last night because I was like, this is the insane. This is okay. So this is one of the cheese builds that I came up with. Um. Okay, so this card, and then you apply it on this card. Oh wait, that's the same photo. And then so basically I could copy. This was so juiced. So I could apply it on. I applied it twice. I could basically create like triple dupes and create like this 0 cost assassin card because I basically like duped this item 6 times because I applied it twice. There's 2 cards, one that makes a copy, so I made a copy of that Nightmare Plus card, and then I used that to make 6 copies of the Assassinate card, which does like, I don't know, 50 damage each. And I was just like one-shotting bosses on a run. It was insane. It depends on your character who you're playing with as. Like there's a bunch of ways you can I haven't looked up any builds or anything, but I've found a couple different strategies depending on the character. But like a lot of the really good builds that I've found aren't unlocked until you have your first or second win on the character that you wanting to play. Like the necromancer, like the really good builds that I've found don't unlock until you the clear at least one time. So you have to like kind of like it seems like the more you play, the better strategies kind of unlock. I don't know. RTY continuing to push here, which makes me think that NQ and ES are still bullish. ES just following our right side of V idea, pushing up into our shift here. Held POC of previous candle, NQ as well, just pushing. Let's see if we can get to that 60 secondary target. I'm gonna close half into 55 instead of 60 because I'm scared. And then try to leave a runner on my remaining contracts from our hold of our 20 to 600 on the flip. As long as RTY has momentum, though, I think the market's in an okay state. You can see that ES is trying to flip this 15 now with this liquidity here. If we can do that, we should be able to rotate up to 720, 721. Filled at 55s, just in runners now. You see how we flipped our 600, 620 off of the failure at that 580 and that failure to hold, and then it's just a bid ever since? With Russell leading up from our 30-second opening range, right? So we had a very clear shift there that happened. BRB. Hey, we tagged it. See if we get some continuation now. That's full target for me. Now we're just going into this edge. This is target on ES.
On our way down, guys, earlier, these were our acceleration points for the short, just for context, for ES and NQ.
Security sources say that air defenses intercept and shoot down a drone near Baghdad International Airport.
Should go to 85, I think.
Commander of Iran's aerospace force says from now on, missiles with warheads lighter than 1 ton will not be launched.
This is our sell side POC from our previous candle on NQ. Big range change here. Tagged 85's immediate sell side liquidity. Same thing on ES. Our pivot. This is that POC to value of our sell side candle.
So, Commander of Iran's aerospace force says the frequency and scope of the launches will increase and their range will become wider.
Love that. Yes, retesting our pivot at 15s with the POC shift. NQ just retesting our previous candles value. Pushing back up. Watching to see if we can build here or if this is a very clear lower high off of that sweep. Watching 21s on ES for a lower offer. I don't have a great level on NQ yet. Maybe 70 for a lower high if we're going to put it in. We'll see. I am just in a runner now on my NQ trade from the flip of our 600 to 620. This is on NQ. And I'll post the micro as well. I just again flipped off of the failure to hold 600, 620, and then just built my position as long as we were maintaining this rotation up. Here's the full micro. And again, I'm unsure now with the news. We'll see. There's a very clear sell side sitting at 85s, taking off most risk now. Later, man.
Peace. Basil out.
There's a ETF of only stocks with women CEOs. Is that true? WCEO, is that true?
WCEO. Hell yeah.
Is that real?
It's gotta be real.
Wait, my NVIDIA pathing has been so good. Hello?
Yeah, that was something we were talking about earlier, how all of these like primary like tech underlines and stuff had like no effect on the news. I thought it was, well, not unexpected, but
This has been for like weeks
everything else
ago.
doesn't care at all.
Holy. That's where I stopped out, and then it was just a long until proven otherwise. Again, like, so my understanding is that we've trapped liquidity below, and so I can't short there. It's just my stop out, right? That's the only thing I can do at that levels, you know, because we have trapped liquidity below 600s, and we have RTY and ES both in higher lows. That's why I was stressing that so much. Is like, if we're continuing to maintain higher lows and seeing like the bid rise across the board, I can't do anything other than either do nothing, right, or look for the long, because we're still holding where we need to, and we found you know, buyers where we thought we would be. So getting tagged here is just an invalidation of my short until we flip back below 600s for that continuation down, right? Because we know that this is either going to be sideways chop until we go up, right? So to me, I'm fine with that, because RTY and ES are leading to the upside, and they have kind of been marking that low. So like, remember, like, the reason why we were looking at 580 was because that was that LVN fill. So then, like, if the sell side was serious, I'd have been looking for this to then hold offer pretty clearly, and then we would have rotated down off of it. So as soon as we pop above it, I'm out of my runners there, right? I'm fully then stopped out, and then I'm looking for an immediate long flip. And you can either look for that hold on just the flip of 20s and build, or you can be like me and just put on 20 points of risk there and call it a day. With the profits that we had already made on the downside leg, and with everything else holding higher low wise, the risk makes sense to me personally. But was there a better opportunity to play? Yeah, for sure, if you wanted to wait. Again, it's not like the greatest trending market, but what we are doing is holding POCs of previous candles and rotating up, right? So we have a right side of V on the table. So as soon as we flip that 20s, to me, like, all of this liquidity is offsides below, and now we're building above, and now I'm just looking for a reversion trade back up to our primary seller. You get me? Right? Like, if we look at NQ here, we basically had an attempt to look below. And then as soon as we cross this 20 here, and we start to build in this area, this to me is now buy side stepping in for this rotation back up to our primary seller here at 80s. Right, we have this full balance that we can now trade, because we failed to maintain for this rotation back down. So that's why I felt comfortable with it. But I totally get why you wouldn't as well. A little slow. But again, like, this is the idea was like this whole like 600 pivot is based off of that, how important it is to me on the higher time frame. Right, like we've been seeing them continuously trying to recover this as a bid. And so like if we're going to hold here, then we'll be looking for them to continue to try to absorb at this level and rotate us back up. So to me, like this area just feels kind of like choppy sideways action between 600 and
NYMEX
722.
natural gas April futures settle at around $3.12. Gasoline April futures $2.81. Diesel April futures $3.58, and WTI crude April futures settling at $94.77 a barrel.
Like we could do this for the rest of the day, just trade between these 2 points. And I won't be comfortable with like bigger or higher time frame longs until 725 goes supportive, and then we can do this full rotation back up, right? And that then would allow for larger trades. But
So WTI crude again selling at $94.77, which is up $3.87 or 4.26% on the session.
like Mario said, like this for ES is like a huge pivot. This is where our big sell was, and where we were trading range wise before, right? Like this is this gap fill that we did this morning on ES. And then this is our pivot low from that area. So if we can get back above this 721, 727 area, then I would look for rotations back up to 40. But if this holds, then we really haven't done anything new. Right? This would just be a lower offer and then a rotation back down. So I need to see this flip, and then we can do this rotation up, just like on NQ. But it's still holding POC of previous candles. Still looks good for a retest of our highs. Pushing, continuation up. Hold of our pivots. See what we do here. Look above. Really important that we show interest above here. If we can do this here at ES, build at this 21 to 27, should be able to rotate up to 40 in my opinion. I don't know if anyone else.
That sweeper was really thin.
See what we do here. For NQ, I'm not looking to add to this until we show clear interest above this previous day value and above 25s, personally. To me, this just looks like where we could absorb and trap, so I need to see like a clear look up above this for me to be bullish. But still in my runner. I think for ES, if we can hold here, we do that 40 move.
So we are seeing reports that the Iran war has airlines reviewing growth plans as fuel costs rise. Some airlines are said to pause leasing and order discussions, and airlines are also said to consider halting jet deliveries.
Pushing into our 27-21 area on ES, watching to see if we can find a bid here into this liquidity for this last leg, or if this will flip.
CBO estimates US February budget deficit of $308 billion.
Peace, man.
See you,
Yeah,
Surf.
yeah, normal tomorrow. EA is laying off staff across all Battlefield studios.
Pretends to be shocked.
Battlefield 6 was the highest selling game in the US in 2025, and they're they're still.
Well, they did the big merger with the Saudi bottom,
Yeah,
so
gutting it.
we know how that stuff goes after they're just the 10-cent model, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Apple postpones smart home display launch as it awaits new AI.
New 15s opening just in this pocket again on
Brent
NQ.
crude futures
This
settle
is
at
where we absorb last.
$98.96 a barrel, which is up $6.27 or 6.76%.
We need ES to really show this bid here and pop. We're gonna go on, find this RTY high or low. Again, if not, then we'll continue to absorb here, and then we'll need to rotate down first. So really wanting to see ES show a bit of desire with Russell.
Last 10 minutes here till final hour.
Holding previous day value low on NQ so far is offer, but holding our edge here at 85s. Again, just need to see this flip over 25s for anything more, 725s for me on NQ. ES and RTY just need to hold here and continue to bid, and then we should be able to get this next leg if we're going to do it. It's very hard for me to want to add to this long on NQ while we're in this pivot. But again, on the hourly, I'm not too upset about this. I just need to see this flip. Again, it's just this idea. I'm going to continue to post this, but we are just balanced right now between this 600 and 720, right? So I'm just watching to see if this is going to flag on the hourly to get us back into this multi-week balance that we can then trade above that we were playing to the downside, right, last week. So if we can flip above 20s, I'll feel way more confident. But if this continues to hold offer just at our previous day value and our ADR here on NQ, then there's not really a huge change. We'll just rotate back down. So really want to see ES and RTY continue to just kind of like build here, and then NQ get over this pivot for more. Just in my runner on NQ, and I've got a small position on ES just playing off our edge here at 27 to 21 for this rotation up. Just like we have pathed. Later, man. Sorry, I stepped away for a second. Again, just holding our previous day value on NQ. Need to show interest over this 700, 725, or this just absorption here makes the most sense. Jesus.
Israel's defense forces say that their systems are intercepting a threat.
Following our downside pathing on NQ off of the failure to build above, ES and RTY now following suit, trying to find this low. I'd assume it's going to be at 15s on ES off the failure here. Here's another good one. Tap.
That one's even better.
But yeah, Dubai's dead, man. Like it's like forever dead. I didn't realize how many non like it's like 90% expatriates.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's
Oh,
crazy.
okay.
Yeah, like and if there's even a chance that to be bombed, like it's over. It's over. See, they're gonna all be in like Singapore.
Actually true.
Like, why would you have like? I mean, it just doesn't make sense to be there anymore. Objectively dead, unless like the United States takes over Iran. Like, wow, a new war movie on Netflix, War Machine with
Oh, I think
Max. Holy
I think that's supposed to be okay.
War Machine. 70 on Rotten Tomatoes. Eh. It has Alan Richardson in it and Dennis Quaid.
Crazy how like I never want to sit down to watch a movie, but I watch like 3 hours of TV at
Yeah.
night instead. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
Still so slow here.
According to SPA, 3 drones are heading toward Sheba oil field intercepted. So again, 3 drones headed toward Sheba oil field intercepted, according to SPA News. According to sources here, Germany, Italy, and Belgium are to convene a video conference on Tuesday with a group of European leaders to discuss competitiveness, including energy prices.
Full rotation here on NQ from our pivot low back to our offer here at 85, watching to see if we put in a lower high, keeping this liquidity above offsides. Right. Just watching to see if these lows now are our offer. ES and RTY retesting highs. We need to adjust this. Watching this 25 to 30 on ES for offer. And again, just this NQ into 85. If sell side's going to sit, I'd expect them to be sitting here for the retest. Still very slow.
IDF says it extended strikes on military infrastructure in Iran.
Into previous day value here again on NQ, no change. Need to flip 25s for me to add to this position, or this will continue to just be where sell side sits. ES held our range low, trying to test highs. If RTY and ES can hold these breaks of our highs, NQ should ideally get follow through. Again, just in my runner here on NQ from our 620. I'd love to be able to add if we can get this flip, but I'm unwilling to add as of yet. I want this look above and hold. Volatility is nuts.
According to CBS, Trump says war could be over soon.
Okay.
There it is.
Seeing a little bit of movement towards the upside on S&P 500 and downside on the dollar here. It's a little bit off the back of the headline.
Little tag above. This is ES just directly into target, so there's never really an opportunity here for me on ES, but trying to get continuation
So again,
here
Trump
on
CBS
NQ.
says war could be over soon. Seeing downside movement on the dollar now, a bit more here. S&P 500 seeing movement towards the upside. Gold moving towards the upside here.
Should be able to head up to 850 here.
And
on
also seeing
NQ.
downside movement on WTI crude oil off the back of the headline.
Pick out that VPOC would be my assumption. See if we get a retest. Went
So CBS
straight to
cites phone
target.
interview with Trump.
I don't think we're getting a pullback off of this. So I think it just goes to 850. But we'll see.
In this CBS interview, then Trump says US is very far ahead of 4 to 5 week time frame. Also, Trump says that I think the Iran war is very complete, pretty much. It's again being cited by CBS reporter on X, citing an interview.
Fully filled there.
This is through Friday POC. Very curious if we maintain Friday highs.
Yeah, previous day value high on ES and NQ here. I just fully risked off. We'll see if we can flip. I'll look to add, but good risk off. It's like no liquidity. But if we can hold here at 840s, it's a pretty good sign. When we look for the flip over 900s. This is what we just did, by the way. This is where we are on our hourly. Again, just the flip back into our 725 allows for this to run for the full multi-week balance now that we're back inside, right? So if we can now build here, we're in a really great spot. But this is a great first risk off based off our hourly pivot at 65s. And then let's watch to see if we can build here now.
Seeing emerging market currency index erasing losses amid Trump war remarks. So again, Trump said that war could be over soon, according to CBS.
I really want to see a bid happen here. Yes, really good hold so far at our 61.55. Same with our previous day POC here on NQ. Let's see if we can get this continuation. I want us to flip over 900s
Treasury
for
yields
more.
fall to session low after Trump comments to CBS.
Again, just held our previous day POC on NQ. Pushing into previous day value high at 900. Need to flip for more. ES pushing into our value high now.
Seeing the euro now down 0.02%. So seeing the dollar pairing gains as well. Dollar yen up about 0.08%. Further from that CBS reporter on X citing the interview, Trump says he has someone in mind to replace Khomeini, but he did not elaborate.
Retesting our previous day POC here off of another rejection of our highs on NQ, watching to see if we can put in a high or low, and then continue on our way on the flip over 900s, or if this is going to fail. We're basically watching now, can this look above like this? Or is this going to be a lower offer and then a step through? I think so.
So also seeing Treasury yields falling to session lows after Trump comments. Kremlin says Trump had called Putin to discuss Iran and Ukraine. The call lasted for around an hour. It was constructive, businesslike, and frank. Trump again expressed interest in the Ukraine conflict to end soon.
ES and RTY continuing to push, looking for this flip over 900s. Gotta flip it. Holding where we need to so far on NQ, but we've gotta flip over.
Seeing US stocks extending gains, Nasdaq up now 1%. US 10-year Treasury yield last at around 4.11%. 2-year yields falling to 3.56%.
Flip above. Should head up to 950 at least here. We can hold this 900.
Really watching this close on EOS. We are so aggressive on sell on Friday that peeking through here is pretty big change of liquidity.
Trying to move my average up here above 900 if we can do it.
Also, CBS says that Trump is taking over Strait of Hormuz.
Oh boy. Anyone with a brain should know that is objectively impossible. Into our next target here, 950, taking off a bit more. Stop now sitting at 880. Just playing off of our pivots, like I said. Took profit on our initial push in, and now have added on the flip of our pivot here, and I'm now just playing off of this. Just following our pathing. Again, this is what we were expecting. You can see where my ads are just where what we thought we would find higher lows for the bounces. Now pushing just in runners. Yes, holding our previous day value high and bouncing and continuing upwards into our next pivot here. Huge supply up here on footprint, but just continuing to push up, playing with trend. Just took off one more into 65s. Full balance rotation puts us back up at 25K and then 2590 above that. So really just taking off as we push up, right? I'm watching our hourly chart. I'm just looking for this full balance rotation. Again, it's just like playing these as our pivots. I'm stopped on full position below 880. Just break even at this point.
So oil prices fall in post-settlement trading, WTI near $88 a barrel. Again, off the
traded right
back
to
of the
target.
interview with CBS News of Trump commenting that war could be over soon, US is very far ahead of 4 to 5 week time frame. According to a post on X, Israeli foreign minister says there have been more attacks against Israel from Lebanon than from Iran over the past week.
I'll be right back.
According to sources here, Trump administration is weighing further easing Russia oil sanctions amid price surge. That's according to sources there.
Retesting highs here. I have a limit at 995.
Yep.
It's not that people believe, it's that they have to. They have
True.
to buy. That's the problem with this market, is that it is not that people want to do something, it's that they are forced to. I just got filled at 95 there. This is our full range rotation, so we're pushing up into our 25k. You have to like realize that like if anything that Trump says is true, the market pushes and then you never get a better entry
Seeing
again.
oil futures
So-
extending losses in post-settlement trade. It was crude down over $3 a barrel and heating oil futures down over 5%. So the three major US stock indexes higher in afternoon trading, Nasdaq up around 1.3%.
I have one
Again,
left.
post Trump's comments.
The issue is that in this market you have a president whose entire presidency is based off of our indexes, right, and how well they're performing. And even though everyone knows that the markets are unstable, just because they're unstable doesn't mean that they aren't going to continue to go up. And these firms have to position for that, or they're going to miss out on huge major moves. And so they have to participate. Even if they don't want to, they have to. It is a really unfortunate situation because the market will continue to go up because there are so many people that are dependent on it. And positioning is going to continue to be just this, which is just like, you have to go off of what he says. Does anyone actually believe it's going to happen? No, of course not. But you can't miss out on a potential move.
With that too, like if you start reading for some of the vol guys lately, like the market is really well hedged, which makes sense with the mechanics. And then once all those puts roll off, we just, believe it or not, keep going up.
Yeah, like it's just,
And like,
it is what it is.
it's like the 2021 kind of auction where you have to stay long and everyone's hedged, and when the hedges roll, you just go up again. Old tail wagging the dog.
I just have one left here. There's liquidity at 980. I'm just gonna allow this to play. We've done the entire weekly rotation here on NQ. Hopefully my pathing makes sense and you're seeing that this flagging here, why I was so aware of it and wanting to like understand, like, as long as that 600 is holding and then we can flip over 20s, like we go up, right? And you can see that now like fully playing out and doing our full multi-week balance rotation here now. Without that ability to hold below,
So
there's
we have
just
posted out the article
not-
on the feed for you to read through from CBS. It's a live update, but just one of the articles just being put out on the feed.
there's just not a lot of incentive to do much more than rotate the entire range. Yeah. So I only traded 5 MNQ here on this secondary move, and this is still about $1,000 just on 5 micros. Just showing the pathing the flip and then the hold and push up. Well, I want that to be like pretty clear that I'm not trading huge leverage here in this volatility. My initial sizing here was 1 contract on our first bid.
The IDF say they identified missiles launched from Iran toward Israel.
Right, so like here, I'll show you my sizing. I think it's important. Okay. Like this was my first bid, was 1 contract. And then I bought another 4 contracts. Once we made that higher low. And then this is just me taking off size once we started to show that interest above. Right, so I had another 4, so for a total of 5 contracts, and then I've slowly taken off. And each one of these contracts is about $200 in profit. Right, which 5 times 200, right? Yeah. So we're pushing into our full target here, into our 50s, and this is it for me. This is our full range rotation.
US stocks extend gains. S&P 500 last up around 1% now.
ES has room up to VPOC at 832, but this is target on NQ for me. So I'm going to close here. Personally, this is VPOC on NQ. But I really want to stress, like, there's no need to over leverage. Like, as long as we're like in a volatile market like this, like there's so much money to be made. That's 1 micro. 250 on the secondary, right? This can easily keep going until ES trades back up to 34.
US Interior Secretary
but-
Burgum, currently speaking, says that oil price increase is going to be temporary. There's lots of oil in the US.
Same thing with NQ into 86, but I think it gets a little too volatile here for me to feel comfy. We just absorbed like 500 contracts here at this 35, 38 area. So to me, good exit. We can keep running. It'll be okay. Again, like I am just de-risking. I'm going to continue to post this because we're just trading this so incredibly quick, but this is, again, just our top of our multi-week balance here as we push into that 80. We have now done the
That's
full
Interior
range
Secretary
trade.
Burgum speaking on Fox News.
There you go. I can't believe we did that in a single candle. No, it's
Kind of nutty.
insane.
Five minutes, still final 15s.
I'm probably done. That was a good last trade and just got the top. This could easily do one more, but again, like I said, like the volatility up into these highs is just a little too much for me now that we've taken that VPOC. This guy up at 530, 540 is just pretty screwed. Like it's
Oil futures extending losses in post-settlement trade. US crude and heating oil prices now falling over 10%.
Got any other words of wisdom, Rory?
this guy is just pretty cooked. Kind of feel bad for him. Question. When you mean the offside participant, how can you tell that this is a possible that they might be positioning for longer? You can't. But what we can tell is that they are
Oil falls below
currently
$90 a barrel after Trump Iran remarks.
they are currently prices lower than where they bought. Right? That's literally all we can tell. So, but what we can take in with that information is that if there was someone willing to buy up there, there had to be someone willing to sell at that price as well, right? It's a two-sided system. For every participant on one side of the trade, there's a transaction on the other side of the trade. So, if there was someone willing to fill into that 40s, right, and take in that size, and then we immediately move away from that area in the opposite direction, I don't want to be paying attention because there was a large enough seller up there who was willing to take in that big of a bid that I will be looking for a lower offer to see if they're going to have any follow through or if that was like a one-off. So it's just like, it's an area to pay attention to because like if this guy continues to take in size up there, I'm going to be looking for a pullback to a previous pocket of liquidity, right? So like, what we know now is that there's a very clear offer that's sitting into these highs, and we created this node, right? So when we come back down, I'm looking for the bid to be here because this is where our buyer was last, right? And we just did that. So now from this area, I should expect a reflexive bounce, and I'm going to be keeping an eye on how we test into this node that's above us now, right? And that's that POC and into our new 15s as well. That'll represent that. So when we come back up into this, we're watching to see if that seller then puts in a lower offer there as we rotate, right? So that's all I'm really keeping an eye on is like, where is that guy located? And are we retesting that as resistance for a lower high? Is that seller going to continue to rotate us down? And are these participants going to continue to maintain offsides? Do I care if they are positioning, let's say, if they're buying the top and they're going to continue to buy? Does that affect me if my trade idea is, over the next 5 minutes? Not really, because I can still play that pullback back to that previous area of liquidity, right? And I can still look for this as a scalp trade. Like that logic of them, a larger or higher time frame participant, kind of like adding to a position doesn't really change anything in the dynamics of how the auction takes place short term. Right, like that seller is still sitting there. Just because that buyer was positioned there doesn't mean that we're not going to get that pullback back to that previous liquidity like we're doing right now.
So let's keep an eye on the Dixie, continue to move further down over the back of that headline there from the CBS reporter, now slightly negative.
So like it could be, but
Fitch rating says war risk
not
coverage
likely.
exit credit negative for exposed U.S. marine insurers.
Like we're just reoffering that seller now with this guy remaining off sides. And like what we're watching for is just a pullback to this value low now. And like we'll trade that. So what we can watch is like, is this buyer from here now going to hold? Is this offer going to maintain? If so, then we can look for continuation down. Would be my assumption. If we can hold from this previous liquidity and then pop this and then show interest over, then we can definitely start to look up, right? So like this would be my game plan now, which is like, if we can flip this, then we're totally on the same page that was a buyer, and then I'll look for the secondary leg up if we can flip over. But like if this offer holds here where we've found them.
We have posted out the article on the feed for you to read through from Fitch Ratings. Again, they say war risk coverage exit credit negative for you for exposed U.S. marine insurers.
Then I'd be looking for something like this. Right, so now we just play around with this new zone that we've now developed. And then like this guy above here at 40s would be target.
That concludes comments from Bergman on Fox News.
Two minutes MOC.
Was there a news catalyst for the oil sell? Yes, the war.
During these times, Kels, you shouldn't ask, was there? You should ask, what was it? There's your pro trader move of the day.
There's nothing but news.
One minute to go now to give the market on close imbalance data. So just a reminder at the same time, Trump is supposedly having his round table. There isn't a live video for this. We'll keep looking, but we'll see if there's anything. If there is, we'll pop it on the feed for you. Ten seconds.
MOC 10 seconds. Should get some ball here.
Market on close imbalance. S&P 500 sell side 1.9 billion. Nasdaq 100 sell side 1 billion. Dow 30 sell side 45 million. And Mag 7 sell side 298 million.
This is your first risk off into 43 to 33. Trade's free. That should have been your first fill. Not really, man. I haven't been in a mood to like read subtitles, I'm not gonna lie.
There's a cure for that. Join the dark side.
I mean, I'm a dub enjoyer, man. But yeah, no, I've been in like a audiobook kind of move lately. I haven't been able to do like a singular task in a very long time. I'm very busy these days. So like in like subbed anime is like sit down and watch the screen for the entire time kind of scenario, which is not really happening right now for me.
Saw this hilarious meme where it was like average sub enjoyer and this guy was eating and like you could hear the English. He like looked down on his plate and it was just like screaming gibberish.
I know exactly what you're talking about. But yeah, no, I just like when I have some more time, I will. Like even this weekend when I was playing Slay the Spire, like I can't watch anime while I do that because I have to like you can't multitask. Yeah, like what am I about reading the screen or I don't know, man. It's hard.
That stuff. Abby does that and it drives me nuts. Or she'll be like
Yeah.
on the Switch or like playing like Sim City or something, like while we're watching TV. It's like, wait, you're not even watching. Why are we watching this?
Yeah.
You're not even watching the show.
Wait, what happened? Like I'm gonna kill you.
Right? Is Freerun the second season out right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Oh well,
Jeopard-
Core 1 is, yeah.
Oh.
Core 2 starts soon. But yeah.
I will wait for the dub.
Surely they dubbed it at the same time, no?
Maybe.
There's no way that they didn't dub it at the same time.
Maybe more accurately, I will wait for the Netflix. Oh,
Hmm.
one day ago. Season 2 is already 2026 biggest disappointment. Holy.
It's really good. Most of the action on this season is going to happen in the second core. People are probably just waiting for that, but wanting like action in the slice of life elf anime is kind of weird. I mean, like the anime, I think the action's good when it happens, but like you don't watch the show for that. It's just like the icing.
Iran's president
Which one
Pezeshkian,
kills?
during a
Both
phone
the
call with
games are
Turkey's
crazy,
President Erdogan,
man.
said that Iran is prepared to form a joint team to investigate allegations of Iranian missile attacks on Turkey, as stated by Iranian state media there.
Well, you'll get a kick out of this too, cause now that the ice is melting, so my dad can't fish. He's so bored that he's been watching Omega Ball, just the 3-team soccer, and he's been watching professional kickball. Like, bro, he's like texting me about it at like 11 p.m. Dude, leave me alone.
Did you watch the professional kickball game last night?
No, yeah, like,
No, I did not.
he's like, it's a bunch of fatzos who think they're athletes. Like, hey, it's just me. Hell yeah. Wow, this whole Mega Ball thing is crazy too. Have you seen anything about that? Surely not. It's soccer, but they have 3 teams playing at the same time.
That's
It was
crazy.
still just 2 goals.
How does that work?
Just how you think it works. It's just chaos.
Who are the goalies?
I mean, there's like
There's
that's
only
a good question.
yeah. That's why I'm like what? Are the goalies neutral or are they?
Oh no, there are 3 goals. There's
Okay,
3 goals.
okay. That makes no sense.
You can see how much I was into it when he was talking to me about it. Yeah.
So it's like a circular field, or
Yes.
a triangle.
5v5, 60-yard diameter pitch.
What is it called?
Omega ball.
Omega ball. Some white people shit. Alright,
Yes.
look at this. Revolutionary game of soccer.
I just think it's like match fixing heaven. You know, if you can get like 2/3 of the players.
True. Oh yeah, look at it. It's a circular.
I do like lacrosse subs where they don't pause the game. You just like.
I'm about to get stopped out on my runner here. Stopped on runner. See if we get this flip long.
Minute and a half. I'm a little surprised yes, it's holding bitter on the 6800.
Okay, well, that's it.
Ding ding ding. What do you think, Rory? Got any news?
Later, Allie. Yeah, I'm glad I came back. Good afternoon session. Or not even came back. Came in the first place. Did not look at the market this morning.
We should stay like this as long as this stuff's going on in the Middle East, where moves are at least holdable.
Yeah. This market kind of messed up the meme that was happening. Or today's session kind of messed up the meme. This was kind of the overall idea for a while there.
I missed the there's that like fat horse guy. I wonder if he's still around. Like way back in the day, it'd be like long the Russell, go play a round of golf, close your trade up 1,000%. All right, I am gonna go eat some food, and then we will do some class. Yippee!
Peace. I'll be here normal time tomorrow. Should be good for the rest of the week.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Yeah, yes, Roy. That is my normal time. Surely. Yeah, I'll be here like I don't know, 9:30, 10ish. You know the drill. I'm not looking for this to play right now. I mean, nothing's invalidated it, but it's aftermarket, so just understand that we've just gotten stopped on this, but we haven't done anything else. Maybe you get one more leg up if we can test into 40 and then bid 10s for the rotation to our highs, but again, we just played this to the downside, got stopped to over 10s, and haven't taken anything since. Are you in a long for overnight? No, I'm fully closed. This was my last trade I posted. I'm fully closed here. I'm not gonna touch it. I don't know. Maybe once I see where we open for the ETH session, maybe I'll take something. But I don't know, man. I mean, like being long here just kind of feels a little awkward, right? Like this is the hourly. We expected the full rotation. I didn't expect it to happen in a single day. But with where we were holding, it was to be expected that as soon as we popped over 720 that we were going to run, right? Like that's been my logic all today with that failure at 600s. So now it's just a matter of what do we do now? Are we going to be able to reach highs, or is this going to come back down to 720 first? Like I just don't have enough information yet. So it was a much better close for me than anything else. Much better to close into our high of our balance instead of like looking for something new. But maybe that liquidity that's below gives us what we need to break highs, right? Maybe those guys below 300 are going to give us our catalyst that we need. Right? Like maybe, can you guys see this? Oh yeah, you can. Maybe like these guys are now what we needed for something new to happen. Right? Because like they were either going to hold these lows as offer, which was the idea for the rotation down, or they failed here, and then we built, and then we rotated up, and now we've done this rotation. So now that we've done this move, do we need to come back down, right, and retest the structure, and then we can go? Or are we going to be able to bid here, build this out like this, right? And then just kind of go on our merry way. I don't know yet. But where we're meeting our seller right now makes a ton of sense. Right? It's the same place that we have been over and over again. So I just need a bit more clarity. But we can definitely mark this area now as green again. And I'm just going to keep an eye on what we do here. So if we can bid this low, I'm going to be pretty ecstatic. but we might need to come down first. Let's take a new measurement. We haven't done ones for like a couple weeks now. Like, what does this look like? Yeah, right. Like, so that makes sense. This is POC from here. So this rejection here at our 25K makes a ton of sense. So until we can flip this and make this 220 to 090 supportive, right? Like, it just doesn't really make a ton of sense to be looking for a continuation. So coming back down to this value low after rejecting here at POC totally makes sense. So this area, right, the 725, 600, we'll watch for this to be a bid. I'd really like 725 to just show a reactive level, right, coming back down here and then immediately flipping above this value edge and then going on our way if we're going to expand. That makes the most sense to me, right? If we're going to break balance. If we're not, then it's just more of the same garbage. But right, like we'll either play the value high hold or we'll play the value low hold. That's what I'm waiting for. Right now, trying to trade at this POC is a fool's game. Make sense? Yeah. Okay. I'll update charts tonight regardless, though. This seemed to be helpful. Hopefully you guys were able to use these this morning. I think they were really good. Same thing on ES, like our ES and NQ charts were just great with our new levels. This was our big 5% correction flip and our 30-second opening range hold this morning. This was a great great trade. This was our low that we had marked on chart. Hopefully you guys used some of these. None of this is new. This is what I had on chart from our from the levels that I posted last night. But held our lows at our correction target, rotated back above our pivot, our 30-second opening range from our pivot here at our 43 to 36, and then went on our merry way to the upside, right? That was just a high drawings, 30-second opening range flip, and then a gap fill. And once we hit our gap fill, that was the end of the momentum. And then we had to come back down to retest. And then once we shifted POC here, that's when I got online. That's when we started to play this to the upside, because I wasn't here for any of this market. But you should recognize that this 30-second opening range flip here was where the momentum, right, came back in. And we played this, you can play this back up to our gap fill and then look for a momentum loss there. And then all we're doing is then waiting for this daily POC to shift from down here to up here. And this is when I got online, right here. And then we just looked for these higher lows. But yeah, definitely keep an eye on charts. Like, they're there for you for a reason. Levels are posted. Let me turn off indicators. Our higher time frame levels are here. Not a lot of noise. And then our daily levels are here for the range trading. But really nice flip. I don't trade a ton of ES, but we'll see. All right. Peace.